Long before Zeus or the Olympians existed, ancient beings of unimaginable scale and power ruled the dark, chaotic void. Out of this void emerged Gaia, the earth, and Uranus, the sky. Together, they brought order to the cosmos and birthed the 12 Titans, presiding over a flourishing era known as the Golden Age. Terrified of being overthrown, Uranus seized his children and threw them into the crushing darkness of the pit of Tartarus. These are fragments of ancient bronze sickle blades. In the myth, Gaia's grief for her children turned to rage, leading her to forge a weapon exactly like this from adamantine to strike back at the sky. Uranus's drive to secure his throne through violence left his family with no alternative. By imprisoning his children to prevent a rebellion, he provided them with the exact motivation they needed to start one. Kronos, the youngest Titan, took the sickle and launched a brutal, castrating ambush to sever his father's hold on power. When Uranus's blood fell into the sea, it gave rise to Aphrodite, the goddess of love. This classical marble sculpture demonstrates how the Greeks anchored these violent cosmic origins into the physical objects they worshipped. As Uranus fell, he left his son with a final, chilling warning. He prophesied that Kronos would face the same fate, that his own children would eventually rise up and destroy him. This established a recurring pattern in the Greek cosmos. A father's fear of losing power created the very trauma that would drive the next generation to seize it. Kronos became the new ruler of a peaceful world, but the prophecy weighed on him. Despite his strength, he lived in constant fear of his own children, haunted by the same paranoia that had destroyed his father. To outsmart the prophecy, Kronos chose a horrifying path. The moment his children were born, he swallowed them whole. After losing 5 infants, Rhea deceived Kronos by feeding him a stone wrapped in blankets. She hid her 6th child, Zeus, in a limestone cave on Crete, where he grew to adulthood far from his father's sight. Zeus eventually infiltrated his father's palace and used a specialized potion to make Kronos sick. One by one, the Titan King regurgitated Poseidon, Hades, Hera, Demeter, and Hestia, all fully grown and ready to exact their revenge. Kronos' attempt to swallow his opposition backfired. Instead of eliminating his rivals, he kept them alive and together, forging his children into a united force dedicated to his downfall. For 10 years, the universe was split by a war between 2 mountain strongholds. The Titans held Mount Othrys, while the young Olympians fought from rugged mountains like this one. The damage to the physical world was immense. Ancient accounts describe the immortals hurling land masses at each other, causing the seas to boil and the sky to groan under the force of the battling gods. Brute force alone couldn't end the stalemate. Zeus realized he needed a different strategy, so he descended into Tartarus to recruit the prisoners his father and grandfather were too afraid to use, the Cyclopes and the 100-handed ones. In exchange for their freedom, the Cyclopes forged 3 legendary weapons: the lightning bolt for Zeus, the helm of darkness for Hades, and this 3-pronged trident for Poseidon, capable of shattering the earth itself. Zeus unleashed the 100-handed ones, who simultaneously hurled 900 boulders to shatter the Titan defenses and end the war. Zeus's victory came through his willingness to build alliances with those his ancestors had marginalized. By empowering the outcasts of Tartarus, he gained the tools necessary to break the Titan ranks. The defeated Titans were rounded up and imprisoned in the same dark pit where they had once been kept as children. The old order was gone. Atlas, who led the Titan armies, was condemned to kneel at the edge of the world and carry the weight of the heavens for eternity. The 3 victorious brothers drew lots to divide the world. Zeus became ruler of the sky, Poseidon claimed the sea, and Hades took the underworld. In a surprising turn, Zeus eventually showed mercy to his father. He freed Kronos from Tartarus and allowed him to rule the Elysian Fields, a paradise for the souls of heroes. By choosing to act with calculated mercy rather than the fear that drove his ancestors, Zeus differentiated his reign from those who came before him, establishing a throne that mortals would worship for thousands of years.